My name is Karen Daly and I teach mathematics at DKIT, a third level college in Ireland. This video was produced to further assist my first year computing students with their mathematical studies. At the end of this tutorial, you will be able to add any two numbers in the hexadecimal number system. Enjoy! The hexadecimal number system is base 16 and uses the 16 digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, which are your normal decimal digits, followed by A, B, C, D, E and F. In decimal, A represents a count of 10, B represents a count of 11, C represents a count of 12, D represents a count of 13, E represents a count of 14, and lastly F represents a count of 15. A typical number in base 16 might look like 2, 3, B, A, and what we do is we write a little 16 down here, just as we did before, to indicate that this number, 23BA, is a hexadecimal number or base 16. Now, let's try the following addition. Here we have 5C84 base 16, and we're adding it to 329 base 16. Let's consider the first addition. I'll write it over here. We've got 9 plus 4, and 9 plus 4 in decimal is 13. Right? In hexadecimal, we have a symbol to represent 13, and that our digit to represent 13, and that digit is D. So 9 plus 4 is 13, and in hexadecimal, that is D, base 16. So we write this down, 9 plus 4, the answer is D, and we're in base 16. Let's consider the next addition. We've got 8 plus 2, and in decimal 8 plus 2 is 10. And again, in hexadecimal we have a digit that represents a count of 10, and that digit is A, base 16. So again, 8 plus 2 is 10, which is A in hexadecimal. Next we have C plus 3. Now if we convert this to decimal, C is equal to decimal 12. So it's 12 plus 3. And 12 plus 3 in decimal is 15. And again, in hexadecimal, we have a digit that represents this, and that digit is F, base 16. So when we come to add C plus 3, what we get is F, base 16. And here we have the 5, which is put here. So the answer is 5FAD, base 16. Now let's consider this next example. Here we have FA89, base 16, and we're adding it to B957, base 16. Let's write out the first addition. Here we have 9 plus 7. Now 9 plus 7 will give me the answer of 16. There's no symbol or digit to represent 16 in hexadecimal, so we convert this 16 to hexadecimal. And in hexadecimal, 16 is one group of 16 plus 0, which is equal to 10 base 16. So 16 in hexadecimal is 10. So what we do is you write down the 0 and we carry 1. For the next addition, let me write it out again, we have 8 plus 5 plus 1. Now 8 plus 5 plus 1 is equal to the 9 plus 5, which is equal to 14. And we have a symbol for 14 in hexadecimal, and that symbol is E, base 16. So we write this down. The answer to this is E. For the next addition, we have A plus 9. And A plus 9, A in decimal is decimal 10, plus 9 is equal to 19. And 19 is one group of 16 plus 3. So as a hexadecimal number, 19 is 13, base 16. So we write that down. So we put down the 3 and we carry 1. Now for the last part of the addition, we have F plus B plus 1. Now F in decimal is 15, B in decimal is 11, and you're going to add 1. So 12 plus 15 is 27, and 27 is equal to 16 plus 9. So one group of 16 plus 9. So that's going to be equal to 19 base 16. So what we do is we write down the 9 and we carry 1. And this 1 then just got brought down here. So the answer is 193E0 base 16. Let me correct an addition error. 27 is actually equal to 16 plus 11. And 11 in hexadecimal is actually equal to the symbol B. So 27 in decimal is 1B base 16. So up here in the addition, this should read, the answer should be 1B 3E0 base 16. Let's do one more example. Here we have CBF 3.5 base 16, and we're adding it to EEF 7.9 base 16. Let's look at the first addition. We have 9 plus 5. 9 plus 5 is 14, and here's 4 decimal 14 up here. It actually is the symbol E, or the digit E in hexadecimal, so we just write down an E, and we're now in base 16 still for the answer. We'll put down our fractional point. For the next addition we have 7 plus 3. Well, 7 plus 3 is 10, and if we look up here again, 10 as a decimal number is a digit in hexadecimal, and it's the digit A. So we write down A. Now for the next one, we'll write this down here. We have F plus F. Now F plus F in decimal is equal to 15 plus 15, and 15 plus 15 is equal to 30. Now that's decimal 30. If we want to convert that to hexadecimal, it's equal to one group of 16 plus 14. Right? And 14, again, if we look up here at top, 14 is actually the symbol E. So this is equal to 1E base 16. So what we do is we write down the E, so we write down the E here, and we carry 1. So for the next addition, I'll write it down again. Here we have B plus E plus 1. So B, again referring to the top of the page, B is decimal 11, so that's 11, plus E is decimal 14, and we add 1. If we add all these together, we'll get 25, 26, 26, and 26, again, in hexadecimal, it's one group of 16 plus 10. 10 is actually the symbol A, so it's equal to 1A base 16. So we'll write that up here. So A and remainder 1. Again, we'll do exactly the same thing again. C plus E plus 1. C in decimal is 1, 2. E in decimal is 14. And we're adding 1, 14. Okay, if we add them together, we get 10, 26, 27, 27. And 27 is 16 plus 11. 11 as a hexadecimal number is B, so it's equal to 1B base 16. So what we do again, going back to addition, we write down B and we carry 1. And then this one just appears here. So the answer to this problem here is 1BA EA point E in base 16. Now what I would like you to do is to pause the tutorial, take out a pen and paper and try these 3 exercises yourself. And when you're done, turn the tutorial back on and I will go through the solutions with you. Let's begin with part A. We have 1342 base 16 and we're adding it to A49D base 16. Here to the right I have written the letters or digits A to F in hexadecimal and their decimal equivalent, because that will be helpful when we come to do the addition. First addition is D plus 2, and you can see D is here. And if you add D is 13, and if you add 2 to 13, you'll get 15. And 15 in hexadecimal is the digit F. So I'll write down F and base 16. 9 plus 4 is 13, and 13 in hexadecimal is the symbol D. Next we have 4 plus 3, and 4 plus 3 is just 7, so we write down 7. And lastly we have A plus 1. A is 10, add 1 is 11, so A plus 1 is equal to B. So the answer is B7, DF, base 16. Now let's try part B. Here we have F4, C6, base 16, and we're adding it to E7, 6, 9, base 16. First addition, 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15, and 15 is F, base 16. C plus 6. C is 12, plus 6 is 18. 18 is remainder 2, 1. So it's 1, 2, base 16. Next we have 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, and 12 is C, base 16. And lastly, let's write out that last one. Here we have F plus E. That's equal to 14 plus 15, and that's equal to 29. And 29 is one group of 16 plus 13. And 13 in hexadecimal is D, so it's 1D, base 16. So what we do is we put down the D and we carry 1. So the answer is 1D, C to F. Now let's do the last part, C. We have 777.DE, base 16, and we're adding it to AE3.46, base 16. Now again, E is decimal 14, add 6 is 20. And if I write it here, 20 is equal to 1, 4 in base 16. Okay, one set of 16 plus 4. So what we do is we put down the 4 and we carry 1. And we're in base 16 for the answer. D is 13, plus 1 is 14, plus 4 is 18. And 18 is 1, 2 in base 16. 7 plus 3 is 10 and 1 is 11. And 11 is a symbol B in hexadecimal. E is 14. 14 plus 7 is equal to 21. And 21 is 1, 5, base 16. Again, A is 10. 10 and 8 is 18. And 18 is one set of 16 plus 2, so it's 1, 2, base 16. And the 1 comes down here. So the answer to our problem is 125B.24, base 16.